Alright guys, picking up from where we left off there with our friend Lit Dog, who just getting out of a fight and should have died. Um, yeah, I think his team ultimately gets this guy. Um, so it's all good, all great in Death Dog land. I'm just trying to skip to like the really interesting part too. Um, and one thing I noticed too, with our boy, he's so willing to, again, it's the repetition of that same mindset that causes you to make that push beyond those doors and risk getting shot in the face. You're so willing to like push and get shot in the face, right? Like that guy could have just waited behind this truck and just waited for you to move and then picked you or climbed up on the truck, right? And you'd have been making a full movement into all the shots while being unable to shoot at him. There is my use cover more. You can't push. I'm the pushing player, I do advocate like pushing, but your pushes are too dangerous right now. You're too willing to give your life away. A lot of times that happens because you guys are probably not in those lobbies where you get punished for doing that yet, but a part of getting better, a part of leveling up is realizing when you're making mistakes and you should get punished for them and use it, and even more like using those opportunities to punish other people. Terrible movement here. I don't think we know exactly what's the situation here. We don't know exactly like how many people are left, or anything. Like falling down here to chase this guy was bad because let's just say these guys from over here start to laser you. Like where do you run to? I get it, you're Bangalore, you can run away, but still terrible movement. Terrible positioning, I should say. But team decides to change. All right, so this is maybe one of the few instances where this team kind of does something that looks like they're a team, right? When one guy decides that, hey, we're gonna be having this fight, and the entire team commits to that fight, right? That's what it looks like when you're playing with a proper team. And like, believe me, if you haven't done it, try. When you're playing with a proper team and you do that, you just steamroll lobbies. What the, what were you shooting at here? Yeah, like try not to waste bullets unnecessary. Like sometimes obviously you're just doing it for cover, but like there was no reason to be shooting there just now. And like again, there are a lot of times okay, so I admire the aggression of this player. I can tell like he's gonna be a good aggressive player. But one thing that you need to learn to do is cover your pushes, right? This smoke, right? This, if you really wanted to push this guy, this smoke could have come out before you started to push, so the guy wouldn't be prepared and holding down for you. This smoke could have come out before, and then you could have moved around the smoke. Ideally, if you're doing that, you'd have had a digital threat, so you have some advantage. But this push here was just too out in the open. Whenever you want to push somebody and you want to do it and you just want to hit on the head, you ideally need like grenades or some form of some form of mechanism to cover your openness while you're running out in the open to that player. So right here, if this guy wasn't such a potato, he'd have melted you, right? Like good players melt that, right? Like good players, they see you with an R99. I think he has an R99 based on like what I saw. Good players, they see you out in the open on R99, you instantly get shot for like 120 HP or something. That guy, like if that guy was very good, he'd have melted you. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ah, there we go. There we go. Guys, again, it's that macro, right? If you're serious about ranked, play with your friends. Play with people who want to be a part of that team, who you can play with, and it won't make the experience of trying to rank up hell, right? Otherwise, just play pubs, right? At least then you'll learn the fun, you'll learn the dynamics of the game enough to play ranked on your own. But this is a huge L right here. Like this wasn't just sleeves, like, and and something here as well. Again, it's that are you planning your movements, or are you just letting the game move for you, right? Right here, I think what happened was, right, he wanted to push this guy, right? Remember, we haven't done this guy any like crazy amount of damage. This guy's probably hit for like 50 HP, so like probably our health, right? Probably where all our health is at right now. This guy isn't hit for that much, and right here, I think you go to do a shield, and I think you accidentally slide down. I'm not sure you did that slide on purpose. I think you accidentally slid down, and you just keep sliding down. Now, if this guy is any like just like not horrible at all, he'll just melt you as you're sliding down, or he'll just like set up position somewhere here or somewhere here or somewhere here, and as you're sliding and you don't really have line of sight on him, he'll just melt you as you're coming down. So again, it's that thing, like, are you making your moves, or are you making the game make moves for you, right? Because I don't think you really wanted to do this slide. Has no idea where the guy is, or like where maybe he has friends or anything, doesn't know in bad territory where we don't know exactly what's going on, because we slid down there because we're just playing the game. The irony. And yeah, we get melted. And what happens here? Like, look at this, right? Where is his teammate, right? Where is his friend, right? There's the Watson here is disconnected, so this guy has kind of like very little reason to not be helping right now. So where is his teammate, right? Again, that macro, play with a team. All right, that guy's what's the AFK? I think our friend like catched on. Oh yeah, I think our friend went for the res here. Yeah, I think this clip ends with the friend ultimately killing this riff, and we getting scooped up. Perfect. Yeah, we kill this wraith. We kill this wraith, get scooped. Our friend gets us, and yeah, we're saved. But no, we're down a player. Okay. By the way, guys, I'm trying to make sure I'm like balancing this with like actual strategic advice because of the rank, and actual like individual advice. So I'm stressing that because it's rank, but I'm also like giving the individual. I hope you guys comment below and let me know if you want to see more ranked, or you more. Actually, I don't want to do ranked, but yeah, comment down below. Let me know if what balance of advice do you want to hear. Is it more gunplay? Is it more like mindset wise, it more like philosophy. Like, comment down below and let me know. All right, so we do get raised here. We get our stuff. I'm just trying to skip through to the interesting parts here, because we did get down to like last 3 here on our friend King Nema, praise King Nema. Let's try to get to the juicy part. All right, no, and here we'll see the repetition of something that I said before. A lot of the times, you individually as a player, you kind of make the same mistakes over and over again. That it's the same thing happening over and over again, right? Like, you make the same mistakes over and over again for the most part. It's just using that process of what's the problem, what's the solution, and looking at it, like being objective about watching your own stuff. Let's see if you'll see. Okay, what happens here, right? What happens here is our guy tries to force, and again, like that aggression, that willful aggression, which is, yeah, clap for aggression, but at the same time, you have to be aggressive and be smart, right? Right here, like we try and like force an aim though, which is something you never really want to do. Granted, you had high ground, so there was some advantage there, but even then, we were looking at multiple people here. We knew there were like multiple people here, right? So to try and force that aim though when there are like multiple people here to like shoot back at us, that's bad. What happens here is what should have happened faster, right? The grenade, like immediately as you see this team, you know you have nades and you know there are multiple, just throw the nades, right? Nades gets them on their feet. They have to run, they have to start. They're distracted because it's like aim punching them. Like, all these great things happen when you throw nades. People turn their backs and you get to shoot at them for free, right? The nade here should have come out a lot faster, right? If we hadn't been forcing this aim duel here, this exchange between these people, and we are just, okay, multiple people, let's throw our nades, and they start to scramble, like we get free kills here. We didn't have to take as much HP damage as we did. The nades should have come out faster here. Again, like force it, like look at our HP right now. Look at our HP right now. It's a wonder we don't die here, because look at our HP and we're still like forcing those fights, right? To some extent at this like stage, I do like think that you want to be pushing and like forcing those fights to get that experience and get this feedback, so that you can be a better shootout type mechanic player. So I don't think it's really that bad for a player at this level, but again, like realize the mistakes that come from that and like learn from them, right? You need to be more smart about your aggression, right here. All somebody has to do, all that low rate has to do is like peek out and shoot at us once and we die, right? When we had like a full advantage here, teammate full HP, and we have advantage in this fight. So all we had to do here was just take a moment, heal, and then re-engage. Horror out, right? Again, comes out too late. Rip King Nema. Top 3. All about that top 3 life. Let's take a look at this, right? Like, we have a clear shot on this guy, but we choose to, again, that like be more smart about your aggression, right? Like, we have a clear shot at this guy, we have a full house to cover us. Why did we peek out? I see that you kind of like instinctually realize and correct it, but like, why do we like peek out to get shot at from all these different places when we have a clear shot at the guy from in the house? Alright, so in top 3 situations, guys, we kind of always just want to let, especially if we're like soloing right now, we kind of always, if you want, you're going for the win and not kills, like we kind of just want to leave them to fight. I do think this is what our boy Death tried to do here. But I actually, let me turn up the volume for this one here, because I noticed this back in the clip. How does this guy get up on us, right? Like, you think there was no sound cues here, right? You'd be thoroughly mistaken.
Close. Easy third. Give my shields a reach.
We hear this guy is super close, right? We hear something super close, right? And look what we do. We just ignore like the fact that somebody's really super close to us and just start fighting other people, right? Whenever there are lots of people around, and this is like a general tip, like whenever there are like lots of people around, lots of sounds that you're not exactly sure like where to look, always play with the intention of aggression, yes, but always with an awareness of trying to eliminate who's closest to us first, who has more awareness of us first, right? That should always be your priority targets whenever they're like kind of chaos around and you're not exactly sure where everybody is. Always try to listen for that sound to see who's closest to us so that we can get them first. Here we hear the sound, we just ignore it, so this guy manages to get up on us miraculously. I was gonna say we're not sure which team this guy comes from, so we probably want to get off this roof earlier. But still, I mean, we're probably dead regardless. So probably not too much. We probably just had to win. And we die here because we weren't listening for the guy and he snuck up on us. So again, I feel like a big, like, probably again, two of the biggest tips for these players: play with a team. Two, learn to be smart about your aggression. I admire your aggression. I love it. It is what's going to make you an excellent player if you keep it up. But you have to learn how to do all your pushes, all your aggression, how to pick fights, how to do shenanigans in fight like this, in situations like these, while being aware of where you can take damage from and where you're most likely to get hit. So yeah, this was a fun one, guys. Leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts on the VOD. Join the discards join the Discord in the description if you want to submit a VOD. Yeah, and I'll talk to you in the next one.